What you're about to witness is the story of Reuben Sodi, aka the Buckless Youper. Reuben's Uncle Alvin currently holds the record for the oldest Sodi to shoot his first buck at the embarrassingly age of 43 back in 1972. Reuben is now 43 himself. If he turns up empty-handed this year, he will officially become the oldest Sodi to never bag a buck. Reuben has always been a terrible shot, but this year, God has a plan for him.
Hello, my name is Albert Sodi, and I got a buck story for you. In fact, I guarantee right now, you ain't even believe it. You're gonna have to walk out here saying, I didn't believe a word that old Youper said. Won't blame me if you do, cause I didn't either, and I was there. Sure, as I am sitting here, if you're sure I'm sitting here, which is what this story's all about. Holy wow, what am I thinking? Hey, talk about putting your cart before your horse. Those of you that got a pint now, not the time to pull it out. Those that ain't got no whiskey, well, you should be ashamed of yourselves for traveling light. A man without a drink in his hand is a man on his way to get a drink. And if he ain't on his way to get a drink, then he must be from the DNR. That's Department of Natural Resources, and don't get me started on them. Wow, alrighty then. The tale I'm about to tell starts in November of '89 in the Sodi Deer Camp located just north of Escanaba. That's in the Youper Peninsula for those of you that don't know nothing. How many of y'all here been to the UP? And when I say the UP, I don't mean Mackinac Island. I'm talking your Big Bays, your Michiganis, your Ontonaugans. How many of you ever set foot in Ontonagon? Jesus crumps, I'm swimming on a frozen pond. Alrighty then. For those of you that don't know much about the Superior State, there are a few things that you need to be explained. First is, in the UP, we don't explain nothing. It's not that we're unfriendly by nature, it's that if we wanted company, we'd let you build your bridge a lot sooner. You should also know that we think those of you who live below the Big Mac Bridge as trolls, loopers, flatlanders, apple knockers, and my personal favorite, fudge suckers. How many of you all flatlanding, apple knocking, fudge suckers, trolls ever ate a pasty? Sir, I said pasties, not pasties. Two different things. A pasty is a delicious meat pie made of meat, potatoes, rutabagas, and lard. If you're lucky enough to meet a woman who can make a good pasty, grab her by the hand and take her to camp. That's what I did. Finnish gal by the name of old Big Betty Blue, God bless her soul. Not only did she make the best pasties in town, but she was also the only girl in Escanaba who owned a toothbrush. Unfortunately, she only used it to comb her eyebrows, and don't get me started on that. You should know, if you don't already, the UP's got some of the best hunting and fishing in the whole world. Trout streams clear as glass, where the rainbow jump right out the water into your hook. Bear as tall as Norway pines. Wolf, moose, bear, beaver, wild turkey, quail, rabbit, fox, and of course, the bucks. Holy wow, do we got bucks. Big as Buicks, racks that stretch across the straits. You could slice a venison off one of the Superior State buck and feed the whole state of Wisconsin. But before y'all jump in your Winnebagos and go up north, you need to know about the old Youper, the part only the Indians understand, and don't get me started on them. My oldest boy married one, full-blooded Ojibwa. Goes by the name of Old Wolf Moon Dance. Strange gal to say the least, but I'm getting ahead of myself. As great-grandpa Alphonse used to say, when you don't know where to start, go back to the beginning. Why, from the loins of our union, Big Betty Blue, bore two boys, Reuben and Remnar. Let me tell you right up front, they're not the sharpest tools in this shed. Many's the time I thought, Albert, you should raise hogs, at least then you'd had ham.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this the Sodi Deer Camp?
You found her.
Is this the world's famous Sodi Deer Camp?
The one in the same.
Is that Albert Sweet Sap whiskey I see?
If you're lucky.
Oh, I'm gonna have to take a swig of that. It's a little heavy on the sap, eh?
Little what?
Said it's a little heavy on the sap.
The sap's what makes it.
It tastes like I'm drinking straight out of a maple syrup bottle.
Give me the glass back.
No, all I'm saying is it's a
I
little
said
heavy.
give me the glass back. If you can't look a man in his hairy eyeball and tell him that his drink's a little heavy on the sap, then you ain't a man.
All I'm saying is last year's batch wasn't so sappy.
Well, maybe I'll take all the sap out altogether then.
Well, all I'm saying is I wouldn't think of Aunt Jemima every time I took a swig. I'll tell you what.
Well, why don't you just stick that in your pipe and shove it up your ass?
God damn it, maybe I will.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then, Jesus Crumpus.
As you can see, that year camp was as tense as Moose's, but during fly season, Remnar didn't help.
This is more my style, I'll tell you what.
Yup.
Hello.
Hello!
Is this the Salty Deer Camp?
Yup, found her.
The world famous Salty Deer Camp?
The one
One
and
and
the
the same.
same.
Is that a pint of Albert Sweet whiskey I see?
You like pancakes?
If you're lucky.
A little heavy on the tap.
Where you been?
The sap's what makes it, yo.
You're supposed to be here at 6.
I went down to the porcelain bus and got the beer, thank you very much.
What'd you do, have to brew it yourself?
Rolls.
It was ladies' night.
Jesus crumps.
Did you bring the pasties? Tell me you brought the pasties.
We're gonna eat like kings.
You know me, you know how I am.
Don't remind us.
I'm a creature of habit. If things go just so,
Things just won't work out.
things just won't work out. Tell me again you brought the pasties.
I took care of it.
Beautiful. Is this heaven or is this heaven, eh?
This is heaven. I tell you what.
I tell you, opening day of deer season is my favorite day of the year. It's like Christmas, only with guns. You feeling lucky this year, Pop?
Some of us don't need luck.
Well, let me tell you, I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Why don't you pass me some of that luck?
Look, I was driving down the road tonight. I swear I had one of those things.
One of those things?
You know, one of those things you have when you're driving.
A
You
blackout?
mean like a blackout?
No, you know, one of those things that flash across your mind like a dream, only you're not sleeping.
A vision?
Exactly, a vision. I saw a 50-point buck
A 50-point buck?
standing there across the road, and then he spoke to me.
He spoke to you?
He spoke to me. He said, "Take me, Remnar. Take me now."
Well, did you shoot him?
I pulled out my gun, and I blew him off the face of the earth. He was as real as you.
I wish I would have been there. Oh, I need another beer.
What was that?
Might have been a sighting.
I don't know.
There was a light. Did you see it?
Yup. Better go check it out.
It's a sighting.
It's a sighting? No,
Could've
can't be
been
a
a
sighting.
sighting.
It's
a sighting.
It's a
Guys,
sighting!
it's a
It's a sighting!
It's a light.
It's a sighting! It's a sighting!
It's a gun.
It's a sighting!
You need to know that UFOs, they exist up here. They do. You spend any time at all in UP and eventually you'll see one too. I see my first back in 65 over the Bark River. This speeding silver strike of light flying across the sky, whoosh, then another right behind it, then another, 3 of them right in a row, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Couldn't believe my eyes. Bub McGinnis claims a bright white dish came over the trees in one night and settled right above his bodas, just hovered there right above him. He thought for sure they was about to take him away. If you knew Bub, you'd understand why he passed. But the Jimmer was a different story. Jimmer Nagimi from Menominee seen the same kind of hovering white dish a few years ago. Captain didn't pass on. The Jimmer, he was abducted. It's a trut. Disappeared for a whole weekend. when they brought him in back the following Monday, there was a few changes in the Jimmer that were pretty hard to ignore. First off, he couldn't drink like a fish. And then there was a day, the way he talked, it was different. Very different.
We saw something in the sky.
There was a sighting, a big light up in the sky. I swear I seen it. I swear I seen it.
Holy smokes, there was a sighting.
There was a sighting. It was up there in the sky. I swear I seen it.
A real sighting?
A big flash go right across the sky, faster than you ever seen
Are
it.
you sure there was a sighting?
Yeah, it was a sighting.
Hear that?
Jimmer.
Jimmer, what's up?
You what?
What's his name?
Chevy?
Chevy.
Chevy took a shit. Chevy took a shit. Chevy took a shit.
He's here. He's here. He's here. Just.
Huh?
I know, whiskey chaser.
The Jimmer had become a living legend, and not because he had been inducted. We got 2 or 3 of those a year. It was capacity for drinking that spread that through all the watering holes in the UP. And just when we thought things couldn't get any worse.
Straight flush, I tell you what. Who's here? That's the goddamn DNR.
Pop, no.
Hello, officer.
Come on, what a sight for sore eyes you are, eh?
Welcome in. Come on in.
Ranger Tom.
Ranger Tom. Would you like a beer, sir? Well, welcome to the world famous Sody Deer Camp. I'm Reuben Sody. Over there is Albert Sody, and that's my baby brother Raymar Sody. And this is the living legend himself. Right next to me, this one is Jimmy Menominee from Menominee.
Whoa, sweet chariot.
These voices coming from where? Where are they coming from, Jimmer?
Oh, sure.
Out there?
Oh, sure.
That's right, they're coming from out there, Ranger Tom.
Coming for me to carry home.
And they were saying this one thing over and over, eh?
Swing low, sweet chariot.
D.I.E., that's it. That's what they were saying.
Coming for me to carry home. I look over Jordan. What do I see?
He sung the whole damn song. Him being from the DNR, we didn't want to interrupt for fear he might take away our hunting licenses. You gotta remember, this time of year, the DNR is more powerful than God. In fact, they think they're God. Or in Ranger Tom's case,
I just saw God up on top of the ridge.
God?
You saw God on top of the ridge?
God.
Like with the angels and stuff? Like with the heavens?
With heaven and the angels and man.
Yeah? Oh my gosh. On the ridge, you said?
Yeah, on the
God
ridge.
is on the ridge.
God is on the ridge.
Swing low, sweet chariot. Swing low, sweet chariot. On the carry home.
Great Grandpa Elphon, give me your guidance.
Take a deep breath to steady your nerves. Pull the trigger.